you and Charlie recently celebrated your 29th anniversary.
Crazy. Is that up there with you guys?
We're coming on 30, yeah.
Yeah, coming
30.
up on 30.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
How did you guys meet?
We went to the same high school, but we were not in the same circles.
What does that mean?
Which means I didn't know who he was. And
What circle was he in?
He was like, this probably has the wrong impression. He was, because it was the 80s, so he was like trench coat mafia, but no violence.
Oh, right.
Got it.
Yeah,
Gothy,
like
little
skateboardy
gothy.
and
yeah,
gothy
right.
philosophy,
Yeah.
like
He was,
smoked.
now
Yeah.
they would say he was emo.
Yeah, he was very emo.
Emo,
He was
right.
cool and
Yeah.
emo.
Right.
And I was like a loud theater girl,
And
obviously.
he listened
But-
like to The Cure and...
Like The Cure, exactly.
Yeah.
But then we didn't know one another, and then 2 years out of college, we ran into each other. I grew up in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
And I was in a hardware store in San Francisco, and I
Okay.
looked in the doorway, and a golden halo came over his head, and I went up to him. I didn't know him. I was like, "Did you go?" I went to Northwestern. I was like, "Did you go to Northwestern?" He said, "No, we went to high school together." And then we like fell in love. So it was basically like on the street.
But he ditched the trench coat by then, right?
By then he was very cute and had a little mustard hoodie.
Mustard
hoodie.
Yeah, it was very cute, and he had a little iced coffee.
Was he still emo?
And he came. He had floppy hair. He was very cute, and he came. We walked across the Golden Gate Bridge together. We fell madly in love, and he didn't even live in San Francisco. He lived with his grandmother in L.A., where he was trying to become a camera assistant in film and television. Yeah, and then I moved back down to L.A.
Isn't that wild?
Moved in with him, and like.
What were you getting at the hardware store? Why were you at a hardware store?
My father, I had like flamed out. I was like 23, you know, and like graduated and buzzy little theater girl, and then I went and moved to San Francisco and wasn't really pursuing anything. And it was like the era of the Macintosh coming out, and my dad bought me a computer for 2 years later for graduation.
Okay.
But I couldn't plug it in because it had 3 prongs.
Yes.
And there were only 2
needed an
in the
adapter.
outlet. So I kept going back to the hardware store because it felt like a metaphor for my life, that it was creativity, but I couldn't access it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was at the hardware store repeatedly for that day. Robert's Hardware on Haight Street. So
But you were there because you had to meet Charlie.
I met Charlie McKittrick,
That's
and now 29
exactly
years later.
That's right.
And his old ball and chain.
And your tiny newborn baby Ulysses
My little
is
baby.
going to college.
Going to college. I'm so sad.
You're going to be empty nesters.
Not really, because my 23-year-old just moved back home. It's all fine.
You know what? Send her to a hardware store.
No, seriously. Well, they're all doing Hinge and everything, and I'm like, I don't know, just walk down the street some.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
That's
how
where
it all
it
goes.
happens.
Yeah.